Welcome back to Declutter and Done. The new year is just around the corner and your home is full of things you no longer need. You've tried decluttering before, but every time hesitation sets in. These items have been sitting there for months. You know you don't use them, but you feel guilty, wasteful, or just tired. So you leave them. You're not messy. You're just stuck in guilt over what you spent tied to memories, or afraid you'll need them the second they're gone. The new year is the perfect time to clear out what's no longer serving you. Let's make your home tidy and ready for all the wonderful things ahead. This video will help you gently untangle that without forcing you to get rid of everything. I'll share 12 simple practical tips to make it easier to choose what's truly worth keeping. Let's start with one simple question. A lot of the time, the hardest part of decluttering isn't the stuff itself, but the emotional attachment we have to it. You might have something sitting around because it was expensive or because you're holding on to memories tied to it. But ask yourself, if I didn't already own this, would I buy it today? If the answer is no, then it's time to let it go. The more we hold on to things that no longer serve us, the more clutter builds up physically and mentally. It adds stress to your space even when you're not thinking about it. The longer you keep something you don't use or love, the more it weighs you down. So instead of justifying why you should keep something, make the decision. Would I choose this if I didn't have it? This question helps shift your mindset from guilt to clarity, and it makes letting go easier. Try it with one item today. Something small, not something you're deeply attached to. Just a simple decision to release it. It's amazing how easy it becomes to say no once you try it. Letting go isn't about discarding memories. It's about creating space for what truly matters right now. I'll be back tomorrow with the next tip. It's something quick you can try in just 5 minutes, but it will instantly change how your space feels. So stick with me. This is where decluttering starts with one honest choice. This next one is for the stuff you keep walking past over and over thinking, I should decide what to do with that, but never actually do. We all have items like this. The bag of clothes you might fit back into the candle someone gave you, the random chargers you're afraid to toss. These aren't active parts of your life. They're maybe decisions, and too many maybes quietly drain your mental energy. Here's the real problem. Your brain doesn't ignore unmade decisions. It keeps them open in the background like tabs on a browser. The more you have, the more scattered and sluggish you feel. A pile of not sure becomes a quiet burden. It creates guilt without resolution. It clutters your focus, even when everything looks tidy on the surface. So here's what I do. I keep one box, just one labeled not sure. Anything I'm avoiding a decision on goes in there. No pressure to decide right now. I write the date on the lid and set a reminder for 4 weeks. What this does is simple but powerful. It contains the uncertainty. It moves all the open loops into one physical space so they stop floating around your mind. And most of the time when I open the box later, I realize I haven't missed a single thing. That moment of clarity makes letting go so much easier. And once you've given your mind that pause, the next step is to give your space some room to breathe. That's exactly where we're going next. There's something about a clean surface that changes how a whole room feels, even if nothing else has been touched. We often think we need to do everything at once, but when every counter shelf and table has stuff on it, your brain stops seeing any of it clearly. The mess fades into the background, but the stress stays. This is what psychologists call visual clutter, and it can spike your cortisol levels even when you're not consciously paying attention. The problem is, when every surface is a holding zone, you stop noticing how much it's weighing on you. A coffee table covered in mail, a kitchen counter full of appliances. It becomes your new normal, and normal slowly drains you. Here's the shift. Pick one surface. Just one. The one you see first when you walk into the room, or the one that annoys you the most. Remove everything. Wipe it down. And only put back what you love or use every single day. Don't underestimate this. The brain responds to clear open spaces. When just one area is calm and intentional, it gives you a visual exhale. It shows you what's possible without demanding a total overhaul. Because once one part of your space feels lighter, you start to notice what else you're ready to release. Let's be honest, most of us don't have a memory problem. We have where did I put that problem? You know how it goes. You open a drawer and find batteries you bought last year, right after you already bought more. Or you dig through 3 containers of cables only to realize none of them fit the thing you need. Or that one mystery key you've moved between drawers for 3 years, convinced it must open something important, but you still don't know what. It's not about being messy. It's that our brains aren't designed to track every item tucked into every corner. And the more things you forget, the more you start to second-guess yourself. Did I move it? Did I throw it out? Am I losing it? These micro moments build up. They don't just steal your time, they quietly erode your sense of calm. Every time you waste 10 minutes looking for something or spend money replacing what you already own, it chips away at your energy. It creates decision fatigue, undermines your confidence, and slowly makes your home feel like a place that works against you, not for you. Here's the shift: start small. Label 1 bin, 1 shelf, 1 drawer. You don't need a fancy label maker, masking tape, and a pen work fine. Just make it visible and make it obvious. And if you live with others, labels are like tiny signs that say, hey, don't ask me, it's right here. Because when everything has a name and a home, your brain stops hovering. You think less search, less stress, less. And that's the kind of quiet most of us are craving. Next, we're going to talk about the things that do have a place, but maybe shouldn't. You know that drawer full of miscellaneous stuff? The one that started with just a couple of things and now feels like a junk vortex. We often organize by category: tech, with tech skincare, with skincare cables, with cables. But here's the truth. Most of us use things together based on when, not what. And when your space isn't set up for how you actually live, it stops supporting you and starts slowing you down. The result? You start avoiding small tasks. You don't want to do your nighttime routine because your creams are in 3 different spots. You don't reach for your journal because it's buried behind stuff you don't use. What begins as a minor friction becomes a subtle form of resistance, and over time, your habits break down. Here's the shift: try storing things based on when you use them. Put your morning things together: deodorant, vitamins, the one makeup product you actually use. Same for nighttime. Same for stuff you only use when guests come over, or when you travel, or when you're feeling sick. This isn't about being hyper-organized. It's about making your daily rhythms easier. Because when everything you need is already grouped where and when you use it, you don't have to think, you just do. And when the everyday things get easier, it frees up energy to deal with what's been sitting in the background way too long. That's where we're heading next. Every home has a few items that only belong to one season. The cozy throw you never touch in summer. The ice cream maker that hibernates all winter, and yet somehow they stay in prime positions all year round, front of the closet, top of the shelf, right in your way. The reason we don't move them? It feels like extra effort. Or we think, well, I might need it soon. But here's the truth: when we let off-season items stay in everyday spaces, they create clutter that doesn't serve our current life. And the cost adds up. You waste time pushing past things you're not using. You crowd out what does matter now. Even worse, your home never fully reflects the season you're in, physically or mentally. There's a subtle heaviness in constantly being surrounded by things that are out of sync with your present. Here's the shift: create a simple seasonal swap habit. Once every 3 months, take 20 minutes to rotate. Put winter things into one labeled bin. Tuck it out of the way. Bring forward what makes sense now. This isn't about perfection, just about removing friction. You'll be surprised how even this small rotation helps you feel more grounded. It reminds your brain that change is welcome, and your space is allowed to grow with you. So once you've made room for the season you're in, it's the perfect time to take a closer look at the items that no longer belong at all. We all have duplicates, sometimes on purpose, sometimes because we forgot we already had one. 3 spatulas, 5 body lotions, a drawer full of the same black pens. And somehow we still reach for the same one every time. It seems harmless, but here's the thing, too many extras create decision fatigue. Every time you open a drawer and see 6 versions of the same thing, your brain has to filter. And that small, invisible effort adds up over time, leaving you more mentally tired than you realize. Why do we hold on to so many backups? Sometimes it's convenience, sometimes it's fear. What if one breaks? What if I run out? But often it's habit. We don't even notice we're doing it. Here's the shift pick one category: mugs, notebooks, shampoo, whatever feels doable. And ask yourself, how many do I actually use at the same time? Keep that number, let go of the rest. You don't need 5 to feel prepared. You just need 1 or 2 you actually reach for. This isn't about minimalism, it's about clarity. When you remove the noise, your space works better, and so does your brain. Once you start letting go of the extras, you begin to see what truly earns a place in your life and what's just filling the gaps. That's where we're heading next. Ever notice how the things you use every day somehow end up shoved in the hardest to reach spots? Your favorite frying pan is buried behind 5 others you never touch. The moisturizer you use each morning is in the back of a deep drawer. And every day you waste a little time and a little patience digging for what should be right in front of you. This happens when our spaces are filled with things we used to need or might need again someday. And without realizing it, we start designing our homes around the past or the hypothetical, not the life we're actually living. The result is subtle but real micro-frustrations, delays, a quiet message that your daily routines aren't a priority. And when you're already busy or overwhelmed, that extra effort, even just reaching behind things, can be enough to make you skip a habit you actually want to keep. Here's the shift. Make your everyday things easy to grab. Move them forward. Give them the front row. Don't save the best shelf for guests, or someday save it for you. Create one drawer or basket that holds only daily use items, so everything you need is right where you reach for it. It's not about organizing. It's about honoring your now. You're making space for who you are today, not just who you used to be or who you might be someday. Because once the essentials have space to breathe, the non-essentials become a lot easier to let go of. We all have them, the jeans we almost fit the blender that almost works the book we almost started. And they sit there for weeks, months, sometimes years. These almost items are tricky. They're not obviously broken or useless, but they're not fully serving you either. And because of that, they tend to linger in your home and in your mind way longer than they should. The problem: they create low-grade guilt. Every time you see them, you think, I should get that fixed, or I really should wear that again. It becomes a silent to-do list that never gets done. And it doesn't just take up space, it takes up self-trust. You start to feel behind, like you're not following through on things that seem small but still matter. And that quiet loop. It shows up in other places too. You hesitate more. You overthink little things. It chips away at momentum. Here's the shift. Give those items a deadline, 1 month. Mark it on a sticky note or set a reminder on your phone. If it's not used, fixed, worn, or started by then, it's time to let it go. Not because it's worthless, but because it's costing you clarity. You don't need more almosts. You need things that either support your life or get out of its way. Because the more you clear the maybes, the more room you create for the things you're fully saying yes to. And those are what shape how your home feels. You know that bag of half-sorted papers? The shelf where you started decluttering but never finished? The donation box that's been sitting by the door for 2 weeks? Unfinished tasks are loud. Even if no one else sees them, you do. And every time you walk past, your brain registers it as, I still haven't handled that. It's subtle, but it adds up. What looks like a small mess is actually a message that you're behind, that something's incomplete, that your space is a list of open tabs. And when enough of those pile up, your energy starts to leak. You stop starting things because finishing feels too far away. You hesitate more. You postpone more. And it doesn't come from laziness, it comes from too many unresolved loops competing for your attention. Here's the shift. Choose one unfinished thing, just one. Either finish it completely or decide to let it go. Close the loop. Take the box to donation today. Shred the papers. Put the half-finished pile back where it belongs. You'll be surprised how much lighter you feel, not just because the task is done, but because you're no longer dragging it behind you. Because once you stop carrying what's incomplete, you finally have space to move forward, not just in your home, but in your head. Sometimes the idea of decluttering feels too big. The closet is too full, the garage too packed, the decisions too heavy. So we wait for a better time, a free weekend, more energy, less stress. But that time rarely comes. And in the meantime, the stuff stays not just in your home, but in your mind. It becomes one more thing you should be dealing with. That quiet pressure builds even if you're doing nothing about it. And the longer it sits, the harder it becomes to start. You feel stuck before you even try, like decluttering is a task that needs a perfect version of you to show up. But the truth is, it only needs one small decision, not someday, today. So here's the shift. Let one thing leave today. Just one. It could be a shirt you never wear, an appliance collecting dust, a gift you've never liked but felt guilty about. Don't overthink it. Don't organize a pile. Just pick one thing and let it go. Because sometimes you don't need a whole plan. You just need a beginning. And that first choice, it has momentum in it. It's proof you're capable, not later, but right now. We've only got one more shift to go, and it's the one that will help you keep everything you've just created. You know that moment at night when you finally sit down and you're too tired to clean, so you leave it for the morning? It seems harmless. One messy counter, a chair full of laundry, a few dishes in the sink. But when it's the first thing you see the next day, it sets the tone. You start already behind, and that feeling, it's hard to shake. The clutter pulls at your attention before you even have coffee. You wake up and walk straight into a to-do list. Your mind starts scanning, I need to put that away clear, that off, deal with that later. Before the day begins, you're already sorting, already deciding. This isn't about being spotless. It's about offering your future self a softer landing. When one small part of your home is calm, even just a table or the kitchen sink, your brain gets a signal we're not in chaos. And that matters more than we think. Visual clutter in the morning can raise your stress levels before you've even left the house. But if one zone is clear, it gives you something solid to start from. It's a quiet anchor, a subtle reminder that you're not behind. So here's the shift: pick one spot to reset before bed. Wipe the counter, fold the blanket, clear the table. Not because you have to, but because it changes how tomorrow feels. You don't have to clear everything at once. You just have to shift how you see what's worth keeping and what's quietly been holding you back. Maybe it started with one drawer or one question. Maybe you only let go of a single item. But even that small choice means something. It means you're not stuck. You're moving. These 12 shifts weren't about having less. They were about feeling lighter, more focused, more present in the space you already live in. And if even one part of your home feels easier now, one surface clearer, one habit smoother, one corner less heavy, then something real has already changed. So take it slow. Come back to this when you need to. And above all, be kind to yourself as you go.